We are Deez Nuts. My name is RealBad.
I'm JJ.
You're watching Grasser Productions, and we hope you enjoyed this.
Hi everybody, this is Grasser Production. My name is Izzy and I'm sitting here with Matthew and with JJ.
Matthew Rogers.
Yes, of the band Deez Nuts. So hi guys.
Hi, thank you so
I'm
much for having
happy
us.
to have you here.
We're happy to be here.
Thank you. How are you?
We're fantastic. We've just spent the day relaxing and enjoying thinking about the last few shows that we conquered and looking forward to having another great show tonight.
Okay.
Very relaxing day. Rode some scooters, rode some other things. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Okay.
About the scooters.
So you're on tour for some weeks now. How has it been so far and which was the craziest city until today?
Flown by, actually. We've been out for like 3 weeks, and it's like, I can't believe it's done in 2 days.
Seems like the fastest tour ever. And we're also used to doing like 6 weeks sometimes in like the summer or whatever. So this has been like a relatively short tour. But I would say as far as crazy shows, not necessarily like crazy antics or anything, but like as far as like the show that stood out the most to us would have been, for me and I think for you, would have been Budapest, yeah?
No.
No?
I love Budapest, but it wouldn't be
The show, I thought that was like the poppin' show where like everyone was like super vibing.
I want to say, I love
just
Budapest. I did love
Okay.
the Budapest show, but
You had a lot.
I want to say Karlsruhe was really fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was tight.
Okay.
Here in Karlsruhe.
Like
Shout out
after
to
the
Knö-
show was wild, like sitting at merch and shit.
Yeah, true.
And where did we do the? Munich was crazy too. Munich was the day before the Stig show. That's where we did like the most.
Yeah.
That shit
There's been a
was
lot of
wild.
crazy shows, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just like we are at like a time in our fucking lives, career, whatever, where we don't set high expectations for shows anymore. We just kind of like wake up being like, all right, let's hope for a best show, but like we don't set like, oh, it's gonna be amazing, blah blah blah, because then you like maybe like set yourself up for disappointment. We've had no expectation on this tour, and every night has been amazing, like as a result. So yeah, I think all the shows have felt really cool to us.
Okay, great. And what do you like the most when you're on tour, and what is the worst thing?
Missing family is definitely the worst thing.
That's the worst thing. Yeah.
I think that's standard for every band.
That'd be the same.
But-
And the best is just like it's so easy. You just playing music and hanging out, and it's like it's very easy.
As far as jobs go, like apart from the missing your family element of it, like it's a pretty fucking cushy job. Like, especially when you're in a tour package like this, where like we've got some of our closest friends that we've met through touring. Like, you know, a large percentage of this tour are like people that we would hang out with on a daily basis if we had the option at home, you know what I mean? So it's like, just like being at work with your boys, doing what you all love, and like, yeah, it's like, especially when the shows are all good as well, there's like not really a downside.
And how does a traditional Deez Nuts tour day look like?
It used to look pretty crazy.
Different. It was very, very fucking crazy. Like maybe even like 2.5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like, wake up, have some breakfast, have a drink,
Have a drink, okay.
have another drink. Me personally, I battle myself whether I'm gonna watch a series that I've downloaded on Netflix, and I never do. And then I bring a million video games and say, you know what, I'll play that video game, and I never do. And I just pretty much sit around and bullshit until we go on stage. And then I go, oh, after we get off stage, I'm gonna take a shower, which I do.
Okay.
And I go, I'm gonna go to my bunk and watch this, or, you know, play this.
Which you don't.
Which I never do. So I bring a million hobbies, and I don't do any of them because tour is just always, you just get caught up in
the moment.
in sitting there, like, and hanging out with your friends. Like, sometimes I feel like I'll get like an hour or two of YouTube in or something, you know, like. But it used to be cocaine, drugs, women, liquor, fucking, all that.
Okay.
Now it's YouTube, a nice whiskey, Obey the Brave.
Okay.
So it's changed a little bit.
Like my day today was just like I woke up, I FaceTimed my girl, my baby, and then I had a shower, had a shave, I set up my little office space so I could work on like my other things outside of the band, and you know, had like a regular day, because like a little bit of normality, like it doesn't happen like that every day, but on the days when it's like a nice venue like this, you got space to do your own thing. A little bit of normality like that, a little bit of routine helps you to not go so crazy on tour, because like back in the days he was talking about, I wouldn't have divulged as much as he did, but back in those days it was like literally like, yeah, we would wake up and we would feel so shitty from being like so fucked up the night before, that the only way that you can like get to showtime and feel like in the spirits to do it is to just drink all day. So it was like, it becomes a very vicious cycle of like chasing your tail. So we still party now and we still have a good time, but we also know like that we're doing this with the purpose of like feeding our families and going home with our minds like fucking intact. So like, yeah, we still have fun doing it, but we just do it at a more normal pace. To be honest, I still think we do it harder than every other bands that think that they party or whatever, but we just
haven't had a hangover.
We're a different type of animal. Like,
Okay.
I'm drinking like a lot every day, and I haven't had a hangover yet.
Okay.
Today I felt a little rough because last night was a little bit. We had other friends besides the tour on top of the tour, so I drank more than usual, and I felt a little bit sketchy this morning, but I felt fine like on drinking.
Okay. Great. So you let's talk about the new record, which dropped on the 18th of October. It's called "You've Got Me Fucked Up."
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the title of the record.
The title is kind of a double entendre. For like the most obvious meaning of it is like being in a band with two New Yorkers. Like "You Got Me Fucked Up" is like a very New York aggressive way of saying that someone's misunderstanding you or someone's got the situation misconstrued. Like, you got me fucked up, you know, like you don't like, it's like, it's pretty straightforward to us, but then the flip side of the coin of it is like I guess the deeper meaning that I thought was interesting when I came up with the title is that after years and years of like being the party band and being kind of criticized for like encouraging other people to get fucked up, it's kind of like come back to bite us in the ass, because now that we're at a much more like chill stage in our lives, everybody still expects that of us, so like everyone's trying to get us fucked up all the time. So like now the flip side of the coin is like they really did get us fucked up, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's a couple of layers to it, but yeah, the basic meaning is like that we're misunderstood by most people and they have us fucked up. Yeah.
Okay, so, the record is full of 10 very catchy songs. So the main topic you wanted to write about, tell us something about it. It's also about New York City, where you live? Or?
The main title, like the main like vibe of the album in general.
Yes.
No, it's like every song is its own song, I think. It's just like every song was tackling a different issue, and every song was like, we always write the music together, and then once we have the songs to like 95% completion, or like with the musical audio, then I come in and I write my lyrics. So it depends what's on my mind that day, depends what the song inspires in my mind. So like there's never like, we never set up with a goal and go like, all right, this is gonna be a song about or an album about. Like it just kind of takes place organically.
Yeah. Okay, and you're a band since 2007, which is a really long time. Or I would call it a really long time.
It's a very long time.
How is it to be creative after all this time?
That's all we know. It's like, like we've both been in other bands since before that. Yeah.
There's times where you said how to be creative, right?
Yeah, and what inspires
definitely comes
you?
in waves. There could be like times where I feel like if we wrote the record a year earlier, it might have been 10 times harder. But then when we were going to write the record, we only had like X amount of days, and we were like real worried. But then I think that made us very creative, and it's just. It's weird how that happens, you know. It is. It's
inspiration.
It just happens. Like you can't like, I don't know, put a point on it. You know what I mean?
Can't force it. Yeah.
Excuse me, but yeah, it's like there's some days that I would get inspired on tour, and I could probably write a whole song in my head, and then tomorrow I'll forget it. Okay. But we're not that band that like does that on the computer or shit like that. You know what I mean? I should start doing that though, like humming it into my phone or something. But yeah, like different things inspire you, but I guess when we're all together, we have to just like fucking, you know.
That's when we get the best out of each other, pause, but like we just work best in the same room. Just in a traditional sense, like we like sit around and we just fucking write riffs and like play with them until something like hits a note and you go, oh, that sounded cool, let's keep going with that, rather than having one member in the band that sits there and writes something out real methodically and goes, okay guys, here's the song. Like that's just not us. We work like together as like a unit.
Okay, that's great.
So I guess we get inspired by each other in a way. Like,
okay, okay. And what song of the new record is your favorite? And has the biggest meaning?
Changes so much.
Changes all the time. Yeah.
When you're writing it, and you know, when you're writing, you have all these songs without the vocals at first, and then you're like, oh, I love this song, and then the vocals completely change the song, and then you're like, oh, I love this, and then when you take it home, and it's like you're waiting like 2 or 3 months to release it, you're showing your friends at home, and mine was changing all the time. I think mine right now is, I don't even know what it's called on the record, but it's I call it Natural Born Killers.
It's fuck, I don't know either. I know the song you're talking about, the Lenny
Get
Kravitz
Your Bag,
song.
or is it that?
Go chase your bag.
Yeah. I like that, and I like
Get a
You Got
Grip.
Me Fucked
Get a
Up.
Grip.
You Got Me Fucked Up has been like one of my favorites through the whole process. Yeah, so Get a Grip and You Got Me Fucked Up. Those are my 2 favorites, and I really like. I don't know. I like them all. Like I do like them all, but those like have been my steady favorites.
Bitterest End's been the biggest creeper for me. It was the one that like I was like almost like hesitant to make it a single because I thought it would get received weirdly, and I just didn't know if we were like trying to do too much in one song. But now after like playing it live and hearing it a bunch of times in context with other shit, I think it seems like way more DN than I thought it was, and like I really enjoy playing it, and like I think it's probably got a lot of like I don't know, I feel like that's a song that will like stand the test of time. So I think Bitterest End's my favorite right now.
Okay. So everyone, I would say everyone who knows you knows the song Band of Brothers with Sam Carter. If you could choose any artist for a next song, which one would it be? Which artist?
This is a very tough question.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, we've had like most of the people that are influential to us and that we like we've had Freddie Madball, we've had like fucking Jamie Jasta, we've had like fucking Sam Carter, we've had like fucking Aaron from the Amity Affliction, we've had fucking like, you know what I mean? We've had so many boys like on our albums over the time that it's like hard to like. We had Vogel on the last album.
Yeah,
we had
of
like
course.
it's like we had so many people that it's kind of hard to like.
It's there's so many people you could say because you know you listen to it, but it have to blend with the end.
Yeah,
correct.
Otherwise, it could be like Beyonce would be lit, but
Beyonce?
we would probably collectively, even the other dudes in the band, would love Beyonce.
we take a lot of influence from her musically. I know
Well,
that's
that's
how
cool.
it's like you might not hear it, but we hear it. Like it's like we like get inspired by rhythms from her and like vocal things from her and shit. So like if you're watching Beyonce and you want to collab with your boys, you know where to find us. Well, you probably have no idea where to find us.
Yeah, there's so many people, but not everyone will work with us.
Yeah.
I would
Beyonce,
love
maybe.
like a fucking like Usher or something. You
Usher,
know,
That'd
like,
be tight.
like someone like that. Michael Jackson, rest in
I
peace.
was gonna say that'd
Would be
different.
interesting.
That'd be a different
That'd be
one to
lit.
pull off.
Ben Gibbard, but he would.
Yeah,
really
that
work.
would be amazing.
There's a million people. We listen to so much different shit that you'd be like, oh, I wish this dude could be on our song. But fucking obviously, Ben Gibbard was on the Deez Nuts song. It sound fucking weird, like really weird.
Okay. So let's get
Good
back up
stuff.
a few years. What's the reason you wanted to become musicians?
Corn.
Why? Corn. Okay, that's interesting.
I honestly, like, since I'm like fucking, as long as I can remember, like since my earliest memories, like I was sat around with my family. Sat around with my band when I was like 3.
That's he was born into
I
a
was
band.
born into a band.
He
Sat
was
around with my
good.
band when I was like 3 and we just started touring straight away. No, like sitting around with my family making music, and like my uncle was in a band and my mother was always super musical. And it wasn't like pushed on me or encouraged in any way, shape or form, but I was just surrounded constantly by musical people. So like by the time I was like in high school, like I'd already had a couple of bands and I'd already like learned how to play drums and guitar and bass, like just through working them out, and recorded a few songs with my uncles and shit. And like, I don't know, just like in my mind, it wasn't like one day I want to be it was just in my mind, I was like, well, this is obviously my logical path in life. Like I couldn't see myself doing anything else, and I haven't ever done anything else. Like I've like delved into like doing like, you know, clothing lines and other things, and had some side hustles in order to like get through tougher times or whatever. But like I'll still be like 80 years old making music in some way, shape or form. That's just all I know how to do. That's my, that's my thing. Yeah.
So the next question is a bit tough. What would you do if you weren't musicians? So
I'd quit my job and become a musician.
okay. That's a good answer.
No, that's not really. That's not an answer.
I'd work in do you mean like if music stopped if music stopped existing, or if our band stopped existing?
If that band.
Oh yeah, well I'd start another band. I'd like start working for another band. I'd become a producer. I'd become a film director. I'd do something creative within like the realms of music.
Okay, and if it would be music? No music?
And if there was no music?
Yeah.
If there was no music, I would become a maid, and I would work for an Austrian family in the Alps, in the mountains, and I would show them that music did once exist, and it was okay.
I would become a movie director, and I would make a movie about this exact story, and it would be called The Sound of Music, featuring Matthew Rogers.
Fuck yeah.
And is there anything you regret when you look back?
I have one thing I regret in my whole life, but...
Look back at it,
But, there's nothing I can do about it, so... Everyone says no regrets. No, I do have a regret, but...
Yeah.
My only regret was not bringing a drink in here. That's about it. I'm pretty happy with all the choices I've made. I would have made some differently, everybody would, but, there's no point in fucking... dwelling on fucking, shit that you can't change. Like, all you gotta do is focus on the positives in your life and try and, like, feed those positives with more positive energy and, like, fucking do the best with it,
And do you have any tips for newcomers?
If you really want to make it in the art world, I would get a white bathing suit and take a picture with a bunch of potatoes.
They're lemons.
Are they?
Yeah, they're lemons.
They're 100% potatoes. Those are potatoes.
Are they?
100%.
When I took a video of them with Daniel for like my solo shit, I was like eating a lemon, so now I look stupid.
What would you say that is? A potato?
No, it's a melon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Melon or lemon?
Melon. Lemon.
I don't know about that.
RealBad's biggest regret
or
is thinking of
potatoes.
those.
It is potatoes.
Potatoes.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean it's lemon.
We'll fix it in post, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so let's come back to the interview. JJ, you're a hard-working dad.
Yes.
How do you manage all the stuff around music and your clothing brands, and you also have a solo project? How do you manage it?
I'm just very driven, and like, not to be on my own dick, but I just don't stop. Like I was literally in there recording a hook for a new song like 5 minutes before I came in here to do this, because somebody sent me an idea, and that might not come to fruition and not be anything, but I just like to be creative at any given opportunity. And I think it's like the balancing act of it is like, if you just don't waste any hours in the day, you can get a lot done. If I played video games, if I fucking played sports, if I did other things that were like outside of my passions, then I would probably not have time to do all these things. But I feel like there's enough hours in the day to, look after my kids and record a song after they go to bed and like take care of my emails before they wake up, and I never stop working. And also, I've just gotten to like, I'm not having a midlife crisis or nothing, but I just am realizing more and more that I have a finite amount of time to create as many things as I can create and leave my legacy behind. I'm not saying that everything I make is going to be amazing, but as someone who creates and that's all they're fucking good at, like, I want to create as much as I can in case I die tomorrow or the next day. I just want to keep creating, so that's my driving force, is to take care of my family, look after my babies, make as much music as I can.
Okay, great. So, is it true you both live in New York City, or only you?
I live in Glasgow.
In Glasgow.
The drummer and I live in New York City.
Ah, okay. How do you manage it? For example, practicing and stuff.
We just come like a few days early.
Yeah, like we rehearsed for this tour in Estonia.
Okay.
Yeah, we were like, okay, the first show's in Estonia, we'll get there a couple of days earlier, shake off the jet lag, and then dust off the cobwebs, rehearse the new shit. We just like, I'm not trying to say that like we're the most fucking like punk rock band or whatever, but like, we just really just do it. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, oh, it's time to do an album. All right, see you in a couple of days, and we'll start from scratch, and then we'll record an album, and then we go home. oh, it's time to tour. All right, we'll meet up wherever the fuck we got to do it. Like, we just make it happen.
Okay. So Matthew, you had a project called RoyalFamily. Is there something coming, or is it
That's
history?
just like something when like all of our friends are in Australia, we'll do it together like on a night that we're just bored. But everyone's moved, so
Okay.
it'd be hard to like get everyone in the same place again, I guess, for like a few years.
You have to do it in
Because
Toronto now or something.
String and Casey, they moved to Toronto, and JJ went to Glasgow. I'm in New York. It always happened when we were in Australia because
Okay.
everyone still lived there, but everyone's moving, and like, so I don't know. We're always down. Like
Okay.
I guarantee there will be. We have one that has never been released, which I wish was because it's my favorite one, but it's not like that's not a project that we take seriously. Like,
Okay, but
that
it's
we're like,
fun.
we have a
It's
new
fun.
record. out. It's just like
That's
but we're
fun.
like sitting in Australia and it's
Yeah.
like spur of the moment, and because we'll all be like playing cards or like board games. We'll be like, yo, let's fucking
Make
a
a song.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, that's great.
It's fun as fuck, and
Yeah.
like we got like a lot of views on the videos and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's didn't expect it because we're literally just fucking around.
Yeah.
But I mean, the videos are done well. The songs are catchy. Like,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Lydia is real good at
Yeah.
making the. Like, luckily we had talented friends, and like our friend Lydia was like a professional, like videographer. So she would bring the like element of like fucking professionalism to it. So like I think that's why like.
and everyone
we
loves
came
the sex
together.
appeal of Orange Stringer from the Amity.
Of course, of course.
Yes.
There's a big, big boost
Who
there.
happened to be brother and sister.
Yeah,
little known
his
secret.
sister's who does the videos. So yeah, we'll do some other shit, but it probably won't be for like, I don't know, whenever the time comes.
Okay. So I hope very soon.
What?
Yeah.
You hope very
Yeah,
soon?
I hope very soon.
I'll show
yes.
you a new one after the interview.
Yeah. Okay.
Get the
so,
exclusive.
what was the weirdest thing you got by a fan, or the weirdest fan situation you
A
had?
back piece.
The back piece.
back
Yeah,
piece?
it's always the
Okay.
back.
Well, I
But
think the signatures are weirder though. Like when like
Someone
a
gets-
lot of people, and if you're watching this, we appreciate it. It's just crazy to us that someone would want our signatures on their body forever.
yeah.
So like kids will come and be like, "Oh, can you sign right here?"
Yeah.
And then like 2 hours later, it's tattooed on
Yeah.
them.
Crazy.
And it's like, holy shit! And there's this kid with a full back piece of portraits of us, and it's just wild. And he's
Done at
never even
different
tried to
times.
show us. Like we had to like find him. It's mega fan.
And the wildest part about it is like he obviously got different members at different times because they're like slightly stylistically different. But like, just say like that's the back. Like a good quarter of it, maybe more, is just Alex playing the drums like up the top. Like, and it's like when he first joined the band, so he's like chubby with an afro, like, and a Deez Nuts hoodie on. I'm like, that's half. Well, a good quarter of this dude's back is just Alex playing the drums, which is just crazy to me. And then like the rest of us are tucked in around it. But it's so nice. It's so flattering that someone would do that. But when you see it, it's a little bit surreal. You're like, wow, that's like, that's what you want to do with your back. More respect to you, but like that's crazy.
It's just crazy because it's you, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it seems weird.
It's like, fuck. Like I have band tattoos, and there is people maybe I'll get portraits of, but to me they would be like, like historical figures or some shit like that. I was like, that's me. That's me. Like I know that like what I'm about. Like I'm a fucking moron. Like like this kid has me on his back, and there's another kid who has me on his. It's just the tattoos are crazy. I love them, but it's me. Like, have you ever spoken to me? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you like know what I like? I like weird shit. Like I'm like a weirdo.
They probably follow your Instagram. They probably know where you're at.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's flattering. Yeah.
Okay. So what's up next after the tour?
We have a bunch more tours. We're going to Australia after this. I go home and pack my house down, and then like I'm moving to Australia with my family for a year. The boys will go home and have like less than a week off, and then we'll regroup in Australia for like our album launch tour with our friends in Antagonist AD and Born Free. And then later in the year we've got a couple of like hush hush festivals and stuff that we can't talk about yet. A few that have already been advertised. Basically just trying to play as many shows as we can with the new material, and we want to keep like spoon feeding more new material into the set. Not just to like phase other shit out permanently, but it's like we've been playing some of those songs for fucking 13 years, so we want to like not like bum everyone out by playing only new shit, but we definitely want to like start bringing more of that into the vibe. So yeah, we just want to keep like playing our new shit, playing our old shit, having a good time. Hopefully people show up.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you for having us.
had
I
fun.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And see you next time. Bye.
Peace.